Good evening, everyone. This is Emma Reed, and welcome to an extraordinary edition of our Political Deep Dive. Today, we're focusing on President Trump's historic first day back in office, where he wasted no time asserting his vision for America. In an unprecedented display of alignment between politics and the tech industry, some of Silicon Valley's most prominent CEOs and founders, visionaries shaping the modern world, were in the front row as Trump signed a wave of executive orders. This underscores a profound shift. Tech is no longer just about innovation. It's now deeply intertwined with policy and governance. Let's break down the 20 executive orders President Trump signed on his return, each reflecting his America First agenda and his commitment to restoring what he calls common sense governance. President Trump's first act was to declare a national emergency at the southern border, a decisive move aimed at addressing what he called a growing crisis. This order empowers the Secretary of Defense to deploy military forces and redirect federal resources to combat illegal immigration, human trafficking, and drug smuggling. Trump described this as a necessary step to reclaim control over national sovereignty and security. The controversial catch-and-release policy, which allowed migrants entering illegally to remain in the U.S. while awaiting court decisions, was officially terminated. Trump's order reinstates stricter detention policies, aiming to curb what he described as abuses of the asylum process. Reintroducing the Remain in Mexico policy requires asylum seekers to stay in Mexico while their claims are processed. This policy, initially launched during his first term, aims to reduce overcrowding in U.S. immigration facilities while deterring unlawful crossings. A cornerstone of Trump's previous administration, the border wall project is back in full force. Contractors were ordered to resume construction immediately, with a renewed emphasis on completing critical sections of the wall. President Trump officially designated major drug cartels as global terrorist organizations. This designation unlocks additional tools to dismantle their operations, including targeting financial networks and leaders. A 4-month suspension on refugee resettlement was enacted, citing a need to reevaluate the system and prioritize national security. Trump issued an order aimed at redefining birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment. Legal experts predict this action will ignite significant constitutional debate. Military forces have been authorized for deployment to the southern border, tasked with combating mass migration and securing the region against drug and human trafficking networks. Trump's executive order strengthens vetting processes, closing loopholes, and deploying advanced technologies to identify security threats. In a move aimed at restoring free speech, Trump directed federal agencies to cease any actions that suppress public discourse. He framed this as a critical step to protect the First Amendment. Trump reinstated a freeze on federal hiring and regulations, targeting inefficiencies in government operations. The IRS, in particular, was singled out, with a freeze on new hires and a mandate for remote workers to return to offices. The president signed an order to prevent the partisan misuse of federal power, emphasizing fairness and accountability in federal agencies. In a sweeping rollback, Trump rescinded 78 executive orders from the previous administration. These include policies he argued undermined American prosperity and security. Security clearances for former officials involved in the Hunter Biden laptop controversy were revoked, underscoring Trump's commitment to accountability. Trump directed the Attorney General to ensure that states have access to necessary drugs for lethal injections, signaling a return to capital punishment enforcement. Federal roles with policymaking authority were reclassified, allowing for greater accountability and the dismissal of underperforming officials. Acknowledging financial challenges facing American families, Trump issued an order targeting reforms to alleviate economic pressures. Trump directed the State Department to prioritize U.S. interests in all operations, distancing his administration from globalist policies. All U.S. foreign aid programs were paused for a 90-day review, ensuring alignment with Trump's vision of America First. In a move celebrated by U.S. businesses, Trump rejected the OECD global tax deal, framing it as a measure to protect American companies from unfair taxation and extraterritorial policies. President Trump's first day back in office was a whirlwind of action, with 20 executive orders setting the tone for his renewed presidency. From border security to economic reforms and foreign policy, these decisions underscore his commitment to his America First agenda. The presence of Silicon Valley titans during these historic moments signals a new chapter where the synergy between tech and governance takes center stage. Whether you see this as a return to stability or a bold new experiment, one thing is clear. The Trump administration is back, and it's making waves from day one. Thank you for watching this extraordinary edition of our deep dive into President Trump's first-day executive orders. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates as we continue to cover these historic developments. Your support helps us bring you the stories that matter most. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.